What is the best way to finance your new home? Well, there are a number of ways to finance a new home, and I'm going to show you one today that is pretty popular. And if you have the ability to do it this way, this is actually the least expensive way to finance a new home. In fact, you could probably save hundreds of thousands of dollars by doing it this way better than any other way, unless you have all cash. If you're going to finance a new home, what I'm going to show you in the next few minutes is going to be the least expensive way to finance a new home. Hi, everybody. I am Rob with Paramount Construction. We have the largest list of tear-down building lots in Arlington, Bethesda, McLean, Chevy Chase, Northwest DC, and Bethesda. We've never designed or built the same home twice, and everything we do, every house we design is designed to fit exactly on each building lot. So today I am going to show you the next few minutes, if you can hang out, the best way to finance a new home. This is going to be the least expensive way to fund a new home. And it is called a construction perm loan. It's actually the same method of financing that we use when we buy an old property, tear it down, and build a spec home, and then sell it. This is exactly how we do it. So I'm going to make a couple of assumptions for this demonstration or for this example. And let's say that you have an existing home that you own, or it could be a townhouse or a condominium. And I'm just making some assumptions here. So these are just assumptions for this example. And I'm going to assume that your total budget on the new purchase, I'm just going to assume it's, in this example, is $1.6 million for the land and the new home to be built. So we'll keep this over here on the side. So let's say that your existing home, you probably hear an ambulance or a fire truck in the background. I'm outside here in Bethesda right now, so I'll let that pass. Or it could be the president. I don't know. So let's say you live in an existing home that you own, and the value of the existing home is $1 million. And let's assume that your existing mortgage on that home is $600,000. That would mean if we take the value, the price of your existing home at $1 million, subtract the existing mortgage, then your equity in your home is $400,000. And let's assume for this example that in addition to the equity of $400,000, you have another $200,000 that you have available to put down on a new home. And one more assumption, let's assume that your combined family income the last 2 years on tax returns is $400,000. So that's, in summary, you have $400,000 in equity in your house or condominium or townhouse. You have another $200,000 in cash you can put down on something, and your combined income is $400,000. So what that means is if in this example, the total new home to be built is for the land and the new home is $1.6 million. So the bank is going to require about 25% of the total of the 1.6 million, which is 400,000. The bank is going to need that when you settle on the land. So you have 200,000 in this example, but you also have equity in the house of another 400,000. So the way to do this is you can pull out some more cash. You can tap into this equity of 400,000 by getting a home equity line of credit, or a HELOC. So you could go to a credit union, or maybe whoever has your first mortgage, and you could pull out up to 80% of the loan to value, or of the value of your existing house. So in this example, if the value of your existing house is $1 million, you could pull out a total of about 80% of $1 million, which is about $800,000 total. In this example, you already have a first mortgage of $600,000. So that means you have the capacity to pull out a total of $800,000 or 80% of the total. In this example, if your existing mortgage is $600,000, that means you could pull out another $800,000 less existing $200,000. You could pull, $600,000. You could pull out another $200,000 called a cash out. So now, if we look at that, you needed about 25% of the total. And again, this is the least expensive way to finance this. So you've got, in this example, $200,000 in cash you can put down on something, and you're able to pull out another $200,000 of increased debt from a home equity line. $200,000 cash plus this $200,000, there's your $400,000, and that's what you're going to need. So by tapping into your existing equity, this is going to be the least expensive way to finance a new home. Let me show you. I have an example. So if the total budget is $1.6 million, and we break that down into the land or the tear down building lot is $800,000, and the new home to be built is another $800,000 for this example. And the bank requires about approximately 25% of the total when you settle on the land. So the total in this example is 1.6. 25% of that total, 25% of 1.6 is $400,000. And we said you already had, in this example, $200,000. And then in this example, you're pulling out another $200,000 from your home equity line of credit. There's your $400,000 that the bank is going to require. So now let's just take that let me put this on a timeline. So this is a total budget, $1.6 million, the land, $800,000, the home to be built, another $800,000. Add these together, they total 1.6. So this is a timeline. And so this is how this would work. I show you a property, a tear down lot today in Arlington, Bethesda, Chevy Chase, Northwest DC, or McLean. And let's say that it's $800,000, and we put that property under contract. So we put that property under contract today. This is our model. You'd settle on that property in about 3 months after we put it under contract. So this is settling. You settle on the property. In this example, it's $800,000, and you also settle on the rest of the loan. So what we're going to do is, this is called a construction perm loan, and you're using the equity in this example of your existing house. So in 3 months from today, the land is $800,000. You are going to now put down your total. In this example, the bank is going to require a total of about 25% of the total at settlement on the land. So you're going to put down $400,000. This is your cash you're putting in. And so the bank is going to lend you another $400,000. We're going to call this your beginning mortgage. Now, once you settle on the land, in this example, we will now take about 3 months to create. Actually, now we would apply for permit right here. When you settle, we apply for a building permit right here. And building permit's going to take usually 3 to 4 months. And so you're now paying on this existing mortgage of $400,000, the beginning mortgage, plus you're paying on that home equity line of $200,000. Now, and you're paying as we apply for the building permit. We have the building permit right here. We now have the permit, and now we start building the house. So let's just say the first month of construction, we do $100,000 of work. We knock the existing house down. We dig a hole. We pour the foundation. The bank pays us $100,000 for that work. And so now your balance goes from $400,000 to $500,000. Let's say the next month goes by and we do another $100,000 worth of work. So now your balance goes from 5 to 6. At the end, if the total was 1.6 and you put 400 down, that was the cash. The end, when the house is finished, the end mortgage will be, oops, my math is no good. Let me use this eraser here. So the end is going to be 1.2. So your end mortgage is now going to be 1.2. That's the end mortgage. This was the beginning mortgage. So this is how it works during the construction period. You buy the land at $800,000. You put the $400,000 down. You had $200,000 in cash. You pulled another $200 from your home equity line. There's your $400. The bank gives you another $400 as your beginning mortgage, and then each month, as we're building, the bank is paying us. At the end, when the house is finished, your end mortgage is 1.2. Now you sell your house, you can actually pay this down, but let me just kind of walk you through this piece. So if we take your end mortgage of 1.2, we take the beginning mortgage of 400,000. If we add these together, 1.2 plus 400,000 is 1.6. I'm going to try to give you a rough average outstanding loan for 12 months. If we divide this total by 2, your average outstanding loan is going to be another 800,000. So it's not going to be 400,000. It's not going to be 1.2. It'll be roughly 800,000. So if we look at the average outstanding loan during that construction period, the average loan is approximately 800,000. Now, this is what you're going to pay interest carry on this. And at today's rates of roughly, 3.7%. Let's just round it up to 4%. Roughly, you're going to probably pay another $35,000 to $40,000, and this is called interest carry on that loan. So that was now if you already have a lot of people we work with actually already have a lot of cash. So this was just, if you didn't have that cash sitting there, this is one way to pull equity out of your house. If you have the cash, you don't have to pull any more equity out of the house. You could just put down that $400,000 in cash. So that was a high-level view of how to do a construction perm loan. That's a construction perm loan. If you would like to get a couple of really good lenders that do construction perm loans, I will put my contact information somewhere on this page. But this is the least expensive way to fund a new home. It's called a construction perm loan. And again, I will put my information on this page. If you have any questions, I'm happy to go over it with you and go through your specific situation, how much equity you have or how much cash you have. There are other ways to do it. There's also some other methods to get some tax credits. We can certainly finance these as well, but if you have the wherewithal to finance it, this is going to be the least expensive way to finance a new home. So any questions, I'm happy to answer those. Again, this is Rob. I hope this was helpful. And also, you can stop by our sales model on Saturdays from 1 to 3, Sundays from 1 to 4. We're at 50. The sales model is at 5700 Tanglewood Drive in Bethesda. I'm on hand most of those weekends. I'll answer all your questions. You can tour our 6,600 square foot Arts and Crafts Madison model. You can look through lots of different home plans. We have contemporary plans, first floor bedroom plans, 7-car garage plans, and you can also pick up building lot lists of teardown lots in Arlington, McLean, Bethesda, Chevy Chase, Northwest DC. So I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to talking to you soon.